Tubers, today we're going to change out an induced draft fan motor on this. It has bad bearings on this one. This is an Olsen furnace Ultramax HDS 90M. Some tools is we need a flat-headed screwdriver. We also need a drill with a 3/32 bit. So I'm going to go ahead and first thing you want to do is kill the power to this, which I already have, and now we're just going to take apart this Airco here. Coupling's holding it on. Loosen this guy up. Just slide this thing over. Get this fan out. There we go. I'm going to disconnect the power here, going to the motor. This comes right apart, and this tube right here senses the draft, goes to the draft switch. I disconnect that. And there's 4 screws. This is your ground. Make sure, remember when you put that back together, you put it in the right spot. It grounds out the motor. I'm going to take out these screws. Set that aside. I think there's 4 of them on this one. I'm sorry, 3 of them. The motor should work its way out of here. So this one, here's the old fan. There's a rubber coupling on the back of this that fits over here. You can see there is a little bit of this is a little bit of carbonic acid, and that's normal. And you just want to go ahead and clean that out. Yes, we're just going to clean this out a little bit. The towel. So this model here has a left-handed discharge. I was coming out to the left. There's other models that has a right-handed discharge that comes out to the right side. But this is the left-handed version. So if you're looking to purchase parts for this, make sure you get the right one. There's our backing plate. Go ahead and change that out. So the plate that came with this kit is actually a different size than what I have here. This looks like if it's for a different furnace, you're going to need that. But on this one, we're going to go ahead and take this coupling off here that was on the back side of this furnace. And This metal ring is important because when you put the new one in, this motor is standard on multiple furnaces. So if you had a smaller furnace, this ring would only allow so much air through. And of course you want to make sure you keep the same ring that you have on there, which I guess you'd have no other choice, to make this motor fit. I'm just going to hand tighten it snug, nice and solid on there. Go ahead and get this. And make sure that it's directly back in there. Line up the screws. It's always easy to take them out and then to put them back in. But we don't want to forget our ground. Ground's the motor. So we got the old one out, and I got the screws in. They're tightened down snug. We're going to tighten down this fern cone. It's easy just to slide it right across here. I get the ground strap back in. I'm going to snug up this fern cone. Like so. Their flathead screwdriver. And hook our power up. And it looks like this breather port is already opened up. I just make sure with the drill bit. Sometimes these ports you're gonna have to drill it out a little bit. These air ports they put on these new models, a lot of times they aren't drilled out, so you gotta just take a 3/32 bit. Make sure that port's opened up, and that allows our sensing tube to sense this furnace, the vacuum pressure, and that's it. The old model, you can see it was bad. The bearings are bad. I don't know if you can hear how noisy it is. And the newer one is nice and smooth. So now that we got everything back in, the coupling's tightened down, the ground rod's in, vacuum tube's in, the bolts are tightened down, it's snug up against it. Power power connectors back in. We're going to start this up, and upstairs I already put the thermostat on. I'm going to power this up. It's running through its sequence of operation. First thermostat calls for heat. Induced draft fan kicks on, which is much quieter than the old one. The differential pressure switch gets satisfied, and then after the purge takes place, the gas valve will open up, and actually your electronic ignition or glow plug will turn on, then your gas valve will open up, and then you'll get a flame inside here. You can see the glow plug inside. And that'll ignite. The gas valve open. Now it's warming up the heat exchanger. Once the heat exchanger gets up to temp, this fan limit switch here is raising up in temperature, and this one's set for about 120, 125 degrees. Once it gets up to that temperature, the fan will kick on to the rest of the house, and then take that heat from the heat exchanger and put it through the rest of the house. This has a high limit set, it looks about 220, and the fan offset point on this one is about 95, 100. This looks like, you can see our dial is turning as the temperature rises. And it's going to cause this fan switch to kick on any second here. The temperature is rising. And our fan kicked on. So we went through the turning on portion of the sequence of operation, and then shutting down. Basically what happens is the thermostat satisfied upstairs, the gas valve shuts down, and then the fan limit switch cools down the furnace. Your venter motor will purge out the heat exchanger, the combustion chamber. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.